There is a new allegation of sexual misconduct against former Today co-host Matt Lauer. NBC's Stephanie Gosk is here with details on it. Steph, good morning.
Guys, good morning to you. In the explosive book, Catch and Kill, Ronan Farrow writes that Lauer exposed himself to a then Today Show producer in 2010, 7 years before he was ultimately fired. This morning, a new allegation of sexual misconduct is revealed involving Matt Lauer. In the new book, Catch and Kill, Ronan Farrow writes Lauer exposed himself to former Today Show producer Melissa Lauer. Lauer declined to comment for Farrow's book and has not responded to an NBC News request for comment. Farrow says that she told multiple colleagues that back in 2010, Lauer invited her to his office after a party. Once they arrived, Farrow says Lauer closed the door behind them and asked the producer to sit down on a couch. Lauer later telling colleagues that Lauer then unzipped his pants, exposing himself to her. Farrow adding she was reeling and nervously joked about not wanting to be intimate in his office because everyone else has done it. According to the book, sources close to Lauer telling Farrow that Lauer made lewd gestures to the woman, but never exposed himself. After the incident, Farrow writes, Lauer allegedly confided in former Today anchor Ann Curry, who tells Farrow in the book, it was as close as you could get to a woman just melting in front of you in pain. According to the book, Curry allegedly told two senior executives that they should keep an eye on Lauer. NBC News President Noah Oppenheim addressing the new allegation Monday in a memo to NBC staffers. At the time of the employee's exit 3 years later, she still had made no complaint about Lauer, was paid 22 weeks of severance based on her years of service, and was asked to sign a separation agreement that was standard for departing employees at the time. Oppenheim going on to say that standard confidentiality clause was not drafted to prevent an employee from reporting misconduct, and it has never been used that way. NBC has previously said the company reached agreements with two women only after Lauer was fired and that the women were free to share their stories. We reached out to Matt Lauer for comment on this latest allegation and have not heard back. But in an open letter released last week, he wrote, for 2 years, the women with whom I had extramarital relationships have abandoned shared responsibility and instead shielded themselves from blame behind false allegations. They have done enormous damage in the process, and I will no longer provide them the shelter of my silence. We have also reached out to Melissa Lauer, who is not commenting.
All right.
Thank you, Steph.